what they bring to the table.
Yeah, for those who were here for us yesterday, there's a difference between single car qualifying and our actual top 32 bracket. If you've never watched drifting before, first of all, welcome to Traxion, welcome to ESDA. We're ready to have you. But this is how drifting works. It is in head-to-head competition, one driver versus the other. Each battle will consist of 2 runs, and the higher seeded driver leads the first run, and the lower seeded driver chases on the first run, and they switch for the second run. That is why qualifying is so important. These 3 judges we have in the booth today will determine who is the winner, or if they cannot decide if it is a split decision, we'll be going one more time if it's a little bit too close to call.
So both drivers in each battle will have different roles. So the lead driver has to run the most ideal line. They basically have to run an ideal qualifying run in the lead run and make sure that they leave the door wide open for the chase driver to keep up and not break unexpectedly, causing the chase driver to run into them or upset the chase's line in any way, shape, or form. But then the chase driver has to do almost the exact opposite and not go all out here, Keenan. It's amazing.
Yeah, I got to maintain close proximity to that lead driver. Use the lead car as a moving clipping point. Match or better that lead car's drift angle. If you can better it, that's always nice. Make sure you match the line and do not hit the car. A little bit of rubbing's okay, a little bit of grinding on the dance floor, but you don't want to see major contact, especially if it affects the lead driver's line or angle. I have to keep an eye on that today because these guys were just watching.
Oh, it's updated. Thank you, Race Control. I appreciate you so much, Race Control. Lining up a big new Nissan in that R35. We'll be chasing the littler 180. We'll see what happens here. As everybody lines up. Runs are ready and away we can go. So we'll get those lights going. Deshaun Hack in the lead, Dylan Fink in the chase, the first actual battle of the ESDA 2022 season. Right here at Long Beach. Thank you so much, TraxionGG, for having us today. Big initiation from Deshaun Hack. Dylan Fink tucking right up into the door through the first inner clip. Both drivers are sending it full speed as fast as they can through outer zone 3. Dylan Fink is not phased at all to be going up against that number 1 seed. That is amazing. And across the line. We don't just mean to our competitors, but we will turn the turntables and see what happens here when we get both drivers ripping. Okay, so we have Deshaun Hack now in the chase, Dylan Fink in the lead, and we are off. Coming into that first inner zone. Big initiation, Dylan Fink at perfect angle. Deshaun Hack leaving a surprising amount of space through that first inner clip. Ooh, no! Dylan Fink into the wall. Deshaun Hack taking an easy win across the line. The judges go here. So slide him left for Deshaun Hack, right for Dylan Fink, and I think we will see all 3 go for Deshaun Hack for finishing both runs. Excellent. So they will go on, and we will see Deshaun Hack in our top 8. So Pavel Gunnin in the lead, Daniel Andrejev in the chase. Lights on, and away we go into our second battle here at ESDA Long Beach. So, ripping down into the first initiation zone. Pavel in the lead, Daniel getting right on the door. This is a very aggressive chase for 2 drivers that are basically equally seated through outer zone 3. Daniel is just pushing Pavel. This is a good battle through. Oh no! It looks like Daniel might have pinged the front of Pavel, hitting him out of that inner clip. I don't think so now both drivers sweating a little bit. I bet that Daniel is sweating a little bit more than Pavel though. It didn't seem that Pavel was too aggressive on the decel. So Daniel throwing it into inner clip 1. Pavel not wanting to leave it up to the judges at all and wanting to win fair and square. Just right on him. Not as close as Daniel, so he feels very confident that he was not at fault. And coming through the second inner clip. Coming through. Excellent factor here. Slide him left for Pavel Gunn and slide him right for Daniel Andrejev. We'll see what happens. All 3 left for Pavel. They definitely put Daniel Andrejev at fault for the contact, which is unfortunate, but sometimes that's just how it goes here in our Group 1, which is all I want. So we're going to go here. Jaden Cathcart in the lead. Brandon Gardner in the chase. Our number 8 seed against our number 25 seed. And Brandon sticking it right to Jaden's door. Coming through. Outer zone 3. This is great to watch. Two cars because they're basically the same car. The performance is the same, and two really great drivers. Look at that proximity across. Wait, we go. Brandon Gardner in the lead. Jaden Cathcart in the chase. Big initiation. Ooh, Brandon Gardner, great angle. Jaden almost looking like he was having issues keeping up through that first inner clip. Okay, Brandon Gardner with a gorgeous lead. Jaden Cathcart really matching the angle of Brandon coming across the line, maybe even having more angle across the line than the for Jaden. Slide him right for Brandon or keep him in the middle for an OMT. And our judges today, 1 OMT, 2 OMT, 3 OMTs. We'll see the same battle again. I'm super excited. I don't know about you guys in chat. So Jaden Cathcart in the lead. Brandon Gardner in between Jaden Cathcart and Brandon Gardner. Coming in. Big initiation from Jaden. Brandon not leaving anything on the table. Now coming through, leaving just a little space for a transition, which is what you have to do there. Oh, outer zone 3. I think that Brandon is going even deeper into all the zones than Jaden right now. I cannot say for sure. Gardner in the lead. Jaden Cathcart in the chase. Two big drivers in two big cars. Let's go. Brad Gardner, crazy angle. Jaden Cathcart right in that door. Not hitting the wall. Perfect transition from both drivers. Whew. Jaden really doesn't want to leave this up to the judges. But both these drivers are on it, man. And across the line, Gardner in the middle for an OMT. We'll see Dye goes to the right, Brady goes to the right, and Nathan goes to the right to Brandon. And the judges say, as a note, Jaden overshot the final clip and had 2 wobbles in his chase. So, welcome everybody. Hex Valentine as our color commentator for right now. We're going to get through it through the power of friendship and love. Welcome an ESDA debut. Hello, Hex. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Joe. You know, it's always the first time broadcast that everything...
So, they're lined up. Away we go. We got Ernestus Jucablios in the lead in that S14. Jarrett Shortle in the chase in that Camaro. Big flick in. So Jarrett just tucking into that door through the inside clip. Almost looked like he was going to lose it there. Jucabellis in the lead in that beautiful S14, leaving a little bit of space on the table, unlike that last battle, but getting through it to the end. Both drivers having minor bobbles here, Hex. But overall, I think a solid run overall. Off we go here. So Jarrett Shortle in the lead. Big angle. Ernestus Jucabellis in the chase, matching him, but leaving a little bit of space. It seems that Jarrett is way more confident now in this second run. Ernestus, though, definitely tucking it into the door through that inside clip and across the line. Ernestus right on that door.
Really chasing him down there at that
decision from our judges here. Slide him left for Ernestus, slide him right for Jarrett in the middle for an OMT, and we'll see what we have here. 1, 2, and 3. Ernestus Jucabellis moves on to battle Brandon Gardner in the top 16. Whew.
I guess that's my update. Thank you.
Yep, there you go. So we got Deshaun Hack up against Paul.
You're still calling this live, champ, but I'm here to back you up.
Live, don't worry. So we're gonna have Deshaun Hack in the lead, Pavel Gunnin in the chase. Pavel right on the door, telling the judges out of the gate that I am a serious contender today. You might not have scored me so I'm qualifying, but look at this battle. Deshaun Hack is just really running a perfect lead here. Pavel Gunnin leads Deshaun Hack in the first top 16 battle of our field today. Coming through, Pavel Gunnin, great to angle. Deshaun Hack tucking in, maybe not as tight as Pavel did, but now there we go, sucking in that giant R35 and sticks out the front and the back, chasing that S15. That's an amazing shot. I think that's great. And across the line, Pavel Gunnin with a great lead run. Deshaun Hack again with an amazing chase run. Okay, so we're gonna get our judgment in here. Slide him left for Deshaun Hack, right for Pavel Gunnin. in the middle for an OMT. 1 for Deshaun, 2 and 3 for Deshaun Hack. Moving on to the top 8, and he will battle the winner of Brandon Gardner up against Ernestus Chukabellis. Keenan, super excited.
Good start for Deshaun Hack in today's event, making his
Gardner. Lights out and away we go. Here we go. Ernestus in that S14. Brandon Gardner was a Q60 concept, chasing him down, sucking right up onto that door, but Ernestus does not seem phased by that giant car behind him. Coming through outer zone 3, Ernestus getting into the wall, but not hitting it, just perfect. And coming across the line, Ernestus Chukabellis leading Brandon Gardner.
The size discrepancy of these two vehicles, man.
Really fast ones as well. So Ernestus is definitely going to have to hustle to keep up with that big car. So Brandon Gardner, big flick in, really quick to angle, and Ernestus having to close up a gap now, but Brandon having to just keep it out of the wall with such a big car. He just fills everything up with that car. Perfect through the inner clip. There we go. And across the line, Ernestus Chukabellis touching Brandon Gardner across the line. You know what, Keenan? These battles today, Brandon Gardner slide him right for Ernestus Chukabellis. In the middle. 1, 2, and 3 for Brandon Gardner taking the win. I think it was the Ernestus had the proximity, Joe, but I think because he lacked angle a little bit to be able. Deshaun Hack has just been on one today. I really do think I know it's kind of a toss-up answer, but I really do think it is anyone's game here. Oh, I definitely do. And lights out and away we go. So we have Deshaun Hack in the lead. Brandon Gardner in the chase, right on his door, man. Brandon Gardner looks like a shadow at this point. Deshaun Hack laying down a perfect lead. Brandon Gardner leaving just the tiniest space to ensure that the judges see that there's no contact. Coming through that final inside clip. Again, just barely touching across the line. This is amazing. Gardner rip it out of the gate. Deshaun Hack in the chase. Both drivers sitting on a very respectable last run. Let's go. There we go. Brandon Gardner, great angle. Deshaun Hack trying to fight for proximity. Getting right on his door through outside zone 3. Clipping into the wall perfectly through the second decel zone. Touching into that inside clip. And it's amazing. We'll slide him left for Deshaun Hack, slide him right for Brandon Gardner, in the middle for OMT. We'll see what happens here. 1 OMT, 2 OMTs, 3 OMTs. We're gonna do it again because there were just small mistakes in the chase from both drivers that were equivalent. And so the judge is saying they would like to see that battle again. And the beauty of doing it in the sim, Keenan, here. Group 1 at ESDA, Long Beach Top 2020. Not Top 2022, just 2022 season. Going crazy. Deshaun Hack throwing it in. Brandon Gardner in the chase. Having to brake a little bit. That was a little bit awkward through interclip 1. That might be a deciding factor. But here we go. It seems that Brandon is finally settling in, and Deshaun is going through that interclip perfectly. This is a battle, ladies and gentlemen. This was amazing. Lights on, and we're going to send him through the gates here. Brandon Gardner in the lead. Deshaun Hack in the chase. And a big initiation. Brandon Gardner's quick to angle. Deshaun Hack just keeping it right in the door. Oh no, into the wall. Deshaun Hack crashes. Oh no. So Brandon Gardner might have just gotten
zones, and unfortunately, I did think it cost him there, as the judges do have a decision.
Oh, of course. So we'll slide him left for Deshaun Hack, slide him right for Brandon Gardner, in the middle for OMT. But I think we all know which way we're going to see all 3 go due to that unfortunate contact with the wall. 1, 2, and 3 for Brandon Gardner. Moving on into our TraxionGG Final 4. Then that was our final battle of our Next Level Racing Group 1 here at ESDA Long Beach 22. Lights off, and away we go. Wojciech in the lead, Jared in the chase. Big initiation out of that S15. Jared matching angle, but struggling for proximity here through the power alley, though. It seems that that's not an issue as he gets in, keeps it out of the wall. Thank gosh. So Wojciech leading it, slowing down a lot into that inner clip, giving Jared a chance. Let's go. So, Jared, huge initiation. Wojciech keeping it right on the door, so I think proximity is not going to be an issue for the chase here. Jared doing everything he can to pull away. Great angle out of that lead. Coming through. Oh, contact in the decel zone. I think Wojciech got a little too greedy there. Slide him left for Wojciech. Slide him right for Jared DeVore. And I think we have a unanimous call, even 1, 2, and 3 for Jared DeVore and Fat Keenan.
Yeah, that's a tough call for Wojciech. Don't like to see people go out like that, but they're saying contact and the tire drop, so it all came down to the end. And unfortunately, I did think Wojciech had an advantage going into their chase. Just unfortunately, push it a little bit too hard. But that's how drifting works, unfortunately. Before we get into the next battle, everybody, again, thanks everyone for being patient. Welcome back to our Esports Drift Association round number 1.
Chasing that S14, also a gorgeous car. Both drivers really threw down in qualifying, Keenan. Super excited to watch this.
Yeah, Cormac Guard's going to be in the chase in the S14. Daniel Miganov in the lead in that A-Mall machine, the 400Z. Big gap already. Cormac may should have thought about taking that restart. We talked about at the beginning of the show that he's going to close up, going to have to sacrifice angle and line to get there, but the pressure is being put on in the chase. But unfortunately for Cormac, I say that commentators curse. Looks like maybe Daniel got a little bit of the wall, Joe. I'm not sure what I saw there, but definitely straight that angle and got hit. It would be a little bit more of a talking point there, I think. But switching them up.
Here we go. So we have Cormac in the lead, Daniel in the chase, catching up now. Cormac going wall to wall through the power alley, no problems at all, deep into outer zone 3. And here, treacherous territory and no contact. Daniel not matching the angle that Cormac had, but not an issue as they get across the line is amazing.
Yeah, going on there than just drifty stuff, as we do have a winner.
Excellent. So we will slide him left for Daniel Miganov, slide him right for Cormac Guard. All 3 judges do have a call here. Daniel Miganov does take a win. They put Cormac at fault for the contact after watching replay and driver inputs from both.
Yeah, so I mean that's a tight call. Definitely don't like to see battles go like that. So Robert Krasinski going to be chasing Mikhail Mordvinov in that blue and yellow. R35 going to be leading. Which Nissan's going to move on into the top 16 here, group number 2, presented by Moza Racing. Maybe a little bit of contact going to group number 1, but very, very close is Robert to the door of that GTR. Maybe straightening just a little bit in between the outer zones in the power alley, but all this proximity from Robert Krasinski, not afraid to get to the door of Mikhail Mordvinov. He knows what's going to get him a battle win today, and that's proximity. But was it worth a little bit of a choke up in the power alley?
Lights are off now, so Robert Kwasinski is going to be leading Mikhail Mordvinov in that R35. Big initiation, and there's contact. We'll see what the judges have to say about that, but both drivers pull it out. Robert acting like nothing bad happened, and Mikhail just having to settle back down, and it seems like he's having proximity issues, while Robert is having issues with trying to get closer to the wall and across the line for such a good run. So, we do have a winner. Slide him left for Mikhail Mordvinov. Slide him right for Robert Kwasinski. Oh, I got to practice that one.
You're getting better.
In the middle for OMT, Di, Brady, and Nathan go for Robert. So I'm definitely getting more practice saying it anyway. That is due to the contact on initiation and tires off afterwards due to that.
Yeah, so I mean, Mordvinov just tried to, sorry to cut you off, Mordvinov just tried to push it in the chase there. He knew what he had to do there as a chase driver with Robert kind of putting the ball in his court, but unfortunately,
playing it off.
Alexander Element in the chase in that Ferrari, and Ostreka in the lead in the S15, the Erder Esports machine. A little bit of separation, going to be a little bit of a straight in there from your lead vehicle, Martinez Ostreka. Putting on the pressure is Alexander Element in the chase, trying to force a mistake from that Erda Esports driver, but it does not look like we're going to get it. Maybe even a little bit shallow there on the last inner clip, Joe, from Alexander Element.
It kind of looked to me that Alexander Element's front. Away we go. Alexander Element leading Martinez Ostreka. Ferrari was a 599XX. leading that S15 through outer zone 1, right on the wall to wall perfectly, as Martinez tucks it right into Alexander's door, coming through, flicking it into that last inner clip. I don't think that Martinez is matching the angle as much, but man, Alexander looks like he is on it today.
Man, pretty similar leads.
Excellent. Slide him left for Martinez Estreka. Slide him right for Alexander Element. Keep him right in the middle for an OMT, and we'll see what judges have. 1 OMT, 2 OMTs, and 3 OMTs here in ESDA Top 32. Martinez Estreka up against Alexander Element.
So yeah, they're going to be going one more time, Element, and they definitely have the opportunity to do so. Martinez Ostrika in the lead, the Urta Esports S15, Alexander Element in chase in that blue and yellow Ferrari, almost at R35. Big cut there from Martinez. Don't like to see that. Entered way too early. That car just looks like it got to grip, but Alexander Element going to be like a shark right now, spilling blood in the water, taking advantage of that lead car's mistake. Got to watch all of that happen in front of him, and all he's got to do is get a little bit more yellow paint on that Ferrari and push on to anybody while the judges, but needs to kind of equal his qualifying round as we get into run number 2.
Okay, so if no mistakes are made, we'll see what the judges have to say about Alexander. And then there's something hairy, but both drivers in it to win it. They're still going. So we'll see what happens if the judges say that zeroed out at that point, or if the rest of this run is good. And it does seem that Martinez is leaving a little bit of space on the table after that. I'm going to have to see a slide it right for Alexander Element. Effectively, we're seeing who's at fault in that first corner. So all 3, I heard, are going to go in the same direction. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3 right for Alexander Element due to contact into that first corner. So I hate to see a battle end that way between 2 great drivers, but we'll see Alexander Element up against Robert.
Our first top-seeding battle of this second group.
Well, yeah, so we do have Daniel Miganov leading Jared DeVore here. Jared is just a gorgeous flame-spitting car.
That Cash Racing-inspired G37 going to be in the chase as Daniel Miganov leading in the AMOL 400Z. Jared DeVore completely missing the first inner clip, and huge gap open. He's really going to have to sacrifice, and he does, but now he's got to cut some speed, make sure he does not run over Daniel Miganov. Daniel Miganov out to, I would say out to lunch. That is opposite of what he's out. He's out to breakfast right now in the lead position. Just cruised. Didn't really have smart. He's not going to put too much pressure. If he's got a spotter in his ear saying, hey man, Jared made a bunch of mistakes behind you. Don't worry about it, but we know how these guys drive.
Yeah, right. They don't care.
Yeah, there it is.
And there's, you see now,
nobody listens to me.
No one listens. Take it easy, boy.
Yeah, that's a 0 right now. So he's parking it, going to pull it off the track. Unfortunately, I think if the judges have been consistent, unless there's something that we missed here, Joe, that is going to be a Jared.
For Jared DeVore, slide him right for Daniel Miganov. Keep him in the middle for an OMT. 1, 2, and 3 for Jared due to the contact.
Group number 2 is just the no one's really winning. People are just playing themselves.
Yeah,
over and over again.
Yeah, cut it out, guys.
Yeah, we've got 2. We got to wait for Robert Kwasinski chasing guys you would expect to be leading. So a little, we'll get there, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure we'll get the right information for you when we can. But Robert Kwasinski is going to be chasing in that ECU Master JX Team 370Z. Trying to put the pressure on Alexander Element. Maybe a little bit of a wiggly entry from Robert in the chase. Alexander Element just doing what he has to do in the lead position right now. Nice and smooth. Big checkup from Robert. But contact with the wall from Alexander Element. So 2 individual mistakes there. And then both drivers really trying to just gather it up for the last touch and go and inner clip. So leading will be Robert Kwasinski in the 370, the JX Team 370. Run number 2. Winner is going to be moving on into the top 8.
So throwing it in, Alexander Element kind of having to pull out to keep it on the track. You're chasing this 370Z of Robert coming through outer zone 3. Alexander Element having to like cut depth to keep proximity, and through the last outer zone, I think Alex just dropped a tire again. Small mistakes here. See, so we're gonna slide him left for Robert Kwasinski, right for Alexander Element, in the middle for an OMT. So we have 1 OMT Brady for Robert and another OMT from Nathan. So we'll see this battle again here as a second top 16 battle. The winner will go on to the Great 8 to face Jared DeVore here in the Moza Racing.
Chasing judges, yeah, pretty good call. Again, I wasn't sure looking at that which they would view as the worst mistake, so they're just going to re-rack him. Going again. It's like that last battle never happened. Robert Kaczynski making almost the exact same mistake in the chase position. Huge gap being open now between Alexander Element. He's got to be looking in his rearview mirror and having a chuckle to himself. Just has to get a decent lead run in here. Robert doing a great job of closing that proximity, but unfortunately too little too late as he just entered.
Kaczynski in the lead. Alexander Element in the chase in that Ferrari. Big initiation. Both drivers getting through the first inner clip without any drama so far. Very good runs, but I think that's a bad issue. There we go. That might be the nail in the coffin for Robert there. That last little boop on the wall, because that did require a correction, unfortunately. Yeah.
Element keeping all 4 tires on the track this time as well. I was keeping an eye on his right front going into that last corner. Accomplishment in itself. Winning a battle is also huge, especially from a number 28 qualifying position, taking out your number 5 qualifier. So if this is the end for Robert, then as we do have a judging call here, this is it for the Robert. He's got a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, so we're going to slide him left for Robert Kaczynski, slide him right for Alexander Element, in the middle for a second OMT. And we'll see what our judges voted here. 1, 2, and 3 for Alexander Element, who will go on to lead Jared DeVore. Alexander Element, our 21 seed, leading Jared DeVore, our 29 seed, in our final battle of the Moza Racing Group 2.
Listen, listen, the Esports Drift Association, our tagline, we get there eventually.
We'll get it.
So DeVore in the chase, gonna have to have a strong chase, kind of where he's been slacking a little bit today. Element in the lead, not quite getting the angle he was looking for. DeVore again a little bit wide, gonna be opening the gap just a little bit, really just ignoring the second outer zone there in the power alley. This is not the chase DeVore was looking for. Over a little bit of an over rotation there as well. I don't know how to say this while still being nice, but just not the chase that Jared DeVore.
Lights go out and Jared DeVore leads Alexander Element in our Great 8 battle here. Big angle from Jared, and Alexander Element not matching the angle but getting the proximity. He's getting his nose right up on that door through outer zone 3. Both drivers at a very good and consistent rate of transition coming through inner clip and across the line. I think Alex, he didn't play it safe. Slide him left for Jared DeVore, slide him right for Alexander Element, and I heard that this call might even be unanimous. A little birdie landed on my shoulder and said so.
That's that video game with the dudes, right?
Yeah.
So that is going to be Element getting the win again. As judges agreeing with me, because I'm always right.
Wow.
Just not enough to offset the mistakes from Jared DeVore in his chase. That'll be Alexander Element, your Moza Racing Group number 2 winner.
Well, super excited to see all of these battles here.
Yeah, I think Thunderwalk just coming straight out of IDDS, one of our affiliate series. So he's hot. Darren Baker getting the number 1 qualifier stolen from him last minute last race, so he's hot. Let's see what these guys can do. Good initiation for both of them. Maybe Darren feeling a little bit more of the zones. Thunny having to go a little bit more shallow in the chase position, but he's using that to his advantage by putting on a ton of proximity in this chase position. Darren Baker, though, doing what he does best and having a strong, solid, mistake-free lead, Joe. Docked a few points in his qualifying score just from some initiation stuff, but the gloves are off. Let's see what he can do.
So, Thwanwet throwing it in. Darren Baker in the chase. That S15 taking a perfect line, clipping the wall, going to the other wall perfectly as Darren Baker in it to win it, though. I think Darren wants to make sure that... Whoa! Through that inner clip.
Thanks for coming, Ronnie.
Line. There we go. That's a battle. Darren Baker, slide him right from Thwanwat Wongfunwison and keep him in the middle for an OMT. But I heard that we're going to have a unanimous decision here. Di Brady and Nathan all to Baker due to the contact from Thwanwat.
Yeah, I mean, Darren Baker just putting on a clinic in that chase position. If I'm in the Big Duck Club group number 3, if I'm someone like our 2 next drivers, Reese Tatterson or Dimitri Mitin, I am shaking in my
cars. 2 very good drivers. We'll see what happens.
So Reese in the lead, Dimitri in the chase. Ranjiro as he's formerly known by. Nice job in the lead position. A little bit of wiggly waggly in the chase from Dimitri. Nice and smooth is that 370Z in the lead from Reese Tatterson. A little bit very shallow from Dimitri Meaton. That's going to be a huge mistake in that chase position for what was a decent chase, but unfortunately, huge mistake there for Dimitri.
I feel
in your position. So Reese Tatterson, I think, just needs to put a chaser in and doesn't have to be spectacular, Joe.
Yep, so Dimitri Mitten got out of the gates here, throwing it into the first inner clip. Reese right on his door. Reese having no chill. He could have left the gap, but it seems like he doesn't want to leave anything up to chance here, even though Dimitri is putting down an excellent lead. Through the last zone and across the line. Look at that run.
Reese, I think, saw his life flash before his eyes there for a second. You might catch
Dimitri Mitten. Keep him in the middle for OMT, and we're gonna see, I think, a unanimous decision. I believe our overlay is incorrect.
Yeah,
so we're gonna
other way.
We're gonna go the other way. Put on a mirror. It's Reese with the win.
There we go.
There we go. We did it. Went back.
Hey.
We fixed it. Thank you, race control. There it is. There it is. Whew. Whew. It'll be okay.
He's like, wait a minute, I won? Oh. So I don't like to see that, but Reese Tatterson going to be moving on. We are going to get that battle between Darren and Reese, but to get there, we do have to watch the next two. So our next battle on deck, big fan favorite Samuel Kuti going up against Ryan.
15, two really solid drivers here, and away we go in this first run of the battle.
In Germany versus Japan, Czech Republic versus Jordan. Let's see who gets the win here. Ryan Aldina in the chase, Samuel Kuti in the lead. Big angle from Ryan in the chase. Kuti actually taking his time to get that car to angle, but nice and smooth on the line is that Escuco Drift family machine in the lead position. Ryan Aldina putting all the pressure on in the chase. Just maybe a tire off there for Ryan. A little bit of a choke up there as well coming across the line. Definitely a lot to talk about in that run, Joe. That seems like every
the chase. No, right. Cooties in the chase. I am tired today, man. Let's go. Ryan throwing it into that initiation. Samuel in the chase. Big angle. Through the transition here. Ryan putting down a very solid run. Both drivers seem to have calmed down a lot since the first battle. Coming through.
Oh my God.
Samuel just avoiding dropping the tire. That was a very. It seems unanimous even, Keenan. What about that?
I think Mr. Blue, the eagle eye there, may have seen a tire drop in chase from Ryan.
So we'll slide him left for Samuel Kuti, slide him right for Ryan Aldina. So we're going to go, I'm not even going to try to count it in, all three for Ryan.
So it looks like it was close, but maybe not a tire off. And then, Kuti would have absolutely been like taken a huge L there if he would have dropped a tire, but he had to try something. Unfortunately, hindsight's 2020. I don't think he's got anything to be ashamed of. Again, if anybody made it into 32, you got a lot to be proud of. Avramov and Austin Zalewski. Austin Zalewski representing On the Mountain, a very popular team here in the Assetto Corsa community. Big fan base. Let's see if he can take one home for the team. But Vadim Avramov going to be pushing in the chase position, and then Luke Oil Alteza. Good job from Austin so far. A really good job on the outer zones, but Vadim, the dream, putting on pressure in the chase. Ooh, big commentator's curse immediately. Big mistake from Vadim Avramov.
And we'll see what happens here in run number 2. Last battle of our top 32 at ESDA Long Beach. Group 3. Okay, big initiation from Vadim. Austin in the chase. Coming through that first outer zone. Second outer zone. Perfect run so far from both drivers. Austin definitely doesn't want to leave it up to the judges, even with one mistake. And I think that Austin has a perfect chase. Vadim really threw it down. So we're going to slide it left for Adam Zalewski, right for Vadim Avramov. And off in the Austin Zalewski. I'm sorry, I am reading as quick as I can. So 1, 2, 3. Austin Zalewski takes the win and goes on against Ryan Aldina in the top 16 battle here. But first, we're going to see Darren Baker is going to lead Reese Tatterson.
And will be on the trailer. So let's see what happens here. Reese Tatterson in the chase position in that green and black machine. Darren Baker in the lead in the black and red BMW, and all the angle and then some from Darren Baker, but Reese Tatterson will not be denied in the chase. He is no stranger to a little bit of door love right on the door of Darren Baker. Darren, a little bit of a lazy transition there, gonna get a nice little tap from his buddy Reese in the chase. You know how you can tell these guys drive with each other in the chase position now in that BMW, and we know he can chase. We've seen him chase. He's gonna need to bring out all the stops here.
Yes, so we're going into it. Reese Tatterson in the lead, Darren Baker in the chase. Reese with a perfect run through that first one, but Darren Baker taking it a little wide, having to cut all of that proximity to keep Darren's fighting to catch up. Just fighting, but it seems like Reese is just faster. This might be an upset as far as I think we do have a very, very unanimous call, in fact. So very excited to see a battle like that. So we'll slide him left for Darren Baker, slide him right for Reese Tatterson, keep him in the middle for an OMT here. And I think that we're going to see 1, 2, and 3 for Reese Tatterson here. Just who overall the judges said who overall had a better lead. And Darren was at fault for the contact.
Kind of a little bit unfortunate. I think Darren kind of let himself down. Down in the chase there a little bit. You know,
remember it now, okay?
All right, here we go. Ryan Eldina in the chase, driving out of Jordan. Austin Zalewski, one of the Americans we have here in the lead in the Supra. Much better entry from Ryan this time. Austin kind of just almost a repeat. Maybe he didn't get to angle as fast as he did in his first run, but that's not going to matter. Little bit of jittering in the chase position from Ryan Eldina, going a little bit shallow, almost making contact with Austin Zalewski. Austin doing a much better job on the inner clip this time as well. I think, you know, that server reset maybe paid off for both. Chase, this is still anyone's battle, Joe.
Oh, yeah, Ryan Eldina probably feeling really good. Uh-oh, Austin jumping the line just a little tiny bit, but I think it won't matter because that Supra just seems super fast. So Ryan getting out to angle. Austin trying to suck up that door, but leaving a little bit of space. Getting more and more angle.
Oh my God, Austin.
Into the wall. Coming through. And both drivers cutting it really tight. Austin giving Ryan there a little bit of a tap to get across the line there. Split decision.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. We got one for Austin, one for Ryan, and another for Austin. So Austin will go on to battle Reese Tatterson in our Big Duck Club Group 3 top 8 battle here at ESDA Long Beach 2022.
Yeah, interested to drop tire in the first interclip and contact and better proximity. So that is a little bit of an explanation on that last battle, but we have this battle to get through now. Reese Tatterson in the chase, Austin Zalewski in the lead. Winner will be moving on to the TraxionGG Final Four. Reese Tatterson, good job on the proximity so far, maybe not getting as deep into outer zone number 1 as Austin Zalewski is going to have to start filling those zones because Austin Zalewski is on a tear right now in the lead position, getting all of that touch and go, one of the best touch and goes we've seen all day. Oh, straightening out just a little bit, maybe let that car drop out a boost. Looks like he just bogged there. I'll do his lead now as we do our second run of our last battle in the Big Duck Club Group number 3.
Excellent. Reese Tatterson in the lead. Austin Zalewski in the chase. Reese putting a lot of angle on there. Austin filling out those zones. It might be that he's listening to us.
Oh my God, Austin. Oh my God.
Reese is also filling it out. We'll see what happens here in the last inner clip. Austin coming in a little too tight, it seems. And across the line. So we will get our judges up. We'll slide it left for Reese Tatterson, right for Austin Zalewski. Keep him in the middle for OMT. We have, let's see here, 1 OMT. Let's see, 1 for Reese. And then 2 for Reese Tatterson, moving on from the Big Duck Club Group 3 into our TraxionGG Final Four here at the ESDA Long Beach season opener of our 2022 season.
He'll be joining Brandon Gardner, your Next Level Racing Group number 1. Well, I'm not joking. I'm very hungry. Unless someone wants to order me a pizza, I don't want to hear about it. Ali Shabab in the chase. Kawain Ebanks in the lead. Gawain in the R34, big entry is what big mistake from Shahab in the chase. Don't want to see any tires on that first rumble strip whatsoever, and pushing onto the door for Gawain Ebanks. I think just trying to force a mistake, but Gawain will not be phased in the lead position. There is a reason this man recovered from that 0 and got number 3.
It's out, and away we go. Let's go, Alwi. So, Alwi ripping it in there like the 16-year-old pizza boy trying to get to your house, cutting into the inside clip, going wall to wall, making sure he's parallel parking in front of your house. Perfect. Wall number 3.
Oh, no.
So far, this is all we knew he had to make a response there, but I think Gawain played be unanimous. Who knows here?
No way.
No way. We're going to slide it left for Gawain Ebanks, right for Alwi Shahab. Keep it in the middle for an OMT. And so 1, 2, and 3 for Gawain Ebanks, moving on to the next round.
So yeah, that is Gawain moving on. Excellent job from him. We've seen a lot of our top qualifiers struggle again out today, but some of the best in sim drifting here for you this evening or this afternoon. Edgar Rojas in the chase position in the R35, getting a huge jump, opting to not take the restart. Connor Falvey in the lead position, driving out of Ireland. Nice job so far in the lead position. Edgar's trying to close just a little bit without making too much sacrifice in his chase. Actually, not a bad chase from Edgar. Just need to see him get a little bit closer. Not a bad lead from Connor as well. In fact, I think not a bad lead. It's a little
fast his car is. We'll see how Connor fares in the chase. So Edgar Rojas in the lead in that R35. Connor Falvey in the chase in that S15. Big initiation and big flames. And no, Connor! Sliding way out, losing all of that proximity. It just looked like his car just washed way out, but Connor's not going to go down without a fight, getting all of that angle into the finer inner clip, going down like a true competitor right there. Connor Falvey fighting to redeem anything possible from that run as one of our second top 32 battle here in the 3D wrap, group 4 here at ESDA Long Beach. So we'll slide him left for Connor Falvey, right for Edgar Rojas, keeping him in the middle for an OMT. So we're gonna go all 3 over to the right for Edgar Rojas to move on to battle Gawain Ebanks. So we're gonna see some R35 against R34 action in the top 16 here, Keenan.
Like father, like son, but to get there, we still have 2 more battles to go. Artem Matsushenko in the number 6 qualifying, driving out of the Ukraine. Matash driving out of Romania. So both these guys on the EU side of things. Let's see who's going to be winning the Battle of Europe here. Martin, not the best initiation, not the best as well for Matash in the chase, but they're both going to clean it up a little bit. Little choke up there for Matash. Gap starting to form. Gonna have to cut the outer zone 3 a little bit shallow. Artem Mechushenko, really good job in the lead position so far. Unfortunately, other than that little initiation hiccup, but on Matash Collin, I think just mistake and then it compounded to go. Hate to steal a Jaredism, but back in black in the chase position. Let's see what he's got chasing down Matash Collin.
Matash Callan flicking it in, big initiation. Artem not phased. Matash almost losing it. It looks like cutting a lot of angle out to keep it.
Oh my God.
This is a little bit sketchy from both drivers trying to keep it on the track here. But I think Matash is putting everything on the table, hoping to shake Artem in any way, shape, or form and across the line.
You know, I don't like to be rude because everybody in this series is...
Fighters might have a mind of their own here. Here it is. Artem Mashushenko and Matash Kalin. We'll slide him left for Artem, right for Matash. There we go. And today we learned that I am like Ron Burgundy, and whatever you put on the screen, I will read. Full force. With no wavering whatsoever. It's just amazing. Don't put any Holloway leading Joachim Hogue in the chase and see what happens.
Joachim in the chase, number 22 qualifier. In the Vosan S15, leading is William Holloway in the Moza Racing RX-8. Good start so far. A little bit of left foot brake there from Holloway, getting out to go wall to wall. Joachim right on the door of William Holloway. trying to maintain proximity, but looks like he keeps dropping back just a little bit, trying to keep all four on the track there is Joachim Hogue. You know what? Kyle Mohan is a California native. He's got to be proud of his driver out there on the line here, waiting to go. Lights are off and away we go.
Okay, Joachim Hogue in the lead. William Holloway in the chase now, trying to tame that beast of an RX-8. Unless he started off giving himself a little gap, but now he's just glued to Joachim's door. Oh no!
Oh, wow.
Straighten out of William. That is such a shame. Such a big shame. I think that might have, I don't know. Do you think the judges would call that a straighten?
Absolutely a straighten. The only thing we have to talk about, Joe, is who is at fault
for our judging call. So we're going to see who wins. We're going to slide him left for William Holloway, slide him right for Joachim Hogue, and put him in the middle for a one more time. We'll see what our judges say. All three for an OMT. So Keenan, we will see these drivers run again.
Yeah, not one of the first OMTs of the day. That's going to send them again. Again, Joachim Hogue in the chase position in that Vosan S15, leading in the Kyle Mohan Racing RX-8 is William Holloway. So Joachim, big angle from William in the lead position. Going to have to shallow it out a little bit, though. Shallow it out more than a little bit. Joachim trying to just make the best of it in the chase. Really hard to charge on the car. Both of them are in the wall, though.
And I think I saw William drive right into that wall.
Seconds.
No, we definitely will find out. So Joachim Hogue in the lead, William Holloway in the chase. Both drivers definitely rattled from that first run. Big angle now from Joachim Hogue. Does he learn from his first run? It seems the drivers now can get through this without any issue. Going into outer zone 3. Joachim just wants to get a run in at this point. And if he can get across the line, I think William will have nothing to do, because now there's pressure, that no amount of pressure. Just saw William lead Joachim into a wall there. So we'll see what happens. In the unanimous decision, slide him left for William Holloway, slide him right for Joachim Hogue, in the middle for an OMT. And we'll see 1 for Joachim Hogue. 2 and 3 for Joachim Hogue. Excellent. Moving on, and he will battle Artem Mushashenko in that top 32. But first, Keenan, we're going to have our first top 32 battle of Kawayne Ebanks up against Edgar Rojas.
Edgar Rojas going to be chasing here, though. Kawayne Ebanks in the lead in the yellow R34. Like you said earlier, Joe, this is new versus old. R34 versus R35. Not the best entry from Kawayne Ebanks, but he makes the best of it. Edgar Rojas throwing on a screamer so far. Just need to see him get a little bit closer, and just like that, right to the door of Kawayne Ebanks. One of these guys wants to make it to the final. Maybe a tire off there for Edgar Rojas. Mistake. We'll see who can make the best of it here. Run number 2.
Coming out of the gates. So Edgar Rojas leading Kawayne Ebanks. Big initiation. The angle. It looks like Kawayne wasn't expecting that toasty of an entry, but they both saved it and kept her going. Coming through outer zone 3, outer zone 4. No shame in the game at all for Kawayne, just keeping right on that door. And you know what, Keenan? I think that was a... Okay, so let's ask our judges here. What do we think, Keenan?
So slide him left for Kawayne Ebanks, slide him right for Edgar Rojas, and we are going to be seeing Dye voting for Kawayne Ebanks. Brady will be voting for Kawayne Ebanks. Kawayne Ebanks of Team Ascent is going to be taking out his teammate of Edgar Rojas and moving on into the Great 8 in this 3D Wrap group number 4. Got to imagine it hurts to take out your teammate like that, but if you're in the S15. So both of these guys driving out of Europe, trying to join the other 3 that we already have in our final 4. So that is Artem in the lead. Big tire drop there from Joachim in the chase position on that first inner zone. Seeing if he can make up for it here. Looks like he might be going a little bit wide. Maybe not. Tracks it back in, staying on the door of that lead vehicle of Artem Mashushenko. Keeping all 4 tires in the judge zone. Think only mistake there from Joachim is the tire off on the inside. And with how consistent Mashushenko's
chasing Artem Mushashenko. I was wrong. Mushashenko's in the chase. There we go. That was me being wrong. My word's good. Joachim in the lead, putting it all the way out to the wall. Artem in the chase, coming through outer zone 3. Love to see it. Okay, the last zone, and it seems like Artem was really pivoting through that zone a little bit late, trying to...
Unanimous.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens here. Which direction? Slide him left for Artem, slide him right for Joaquim, keep him in the middle for an OMT. Got one OMT. 2 and 3 OMT, so we will see the same battle again here. Super excited to watch it, Keenan. I'll tell you what.
Boy, that dang cars going down this racetrack that was going to go. I think they could have picked a winner if they wanted to, but made a good call and saying, you know what, too close to call OMT. Artem Meshchenko in the lead position, representing himself, sponsored by me. Nice job so far. Putting on the pressure is Joaquim. Let's see if we can get to the door after this transition. Slowly creeping in here in the chase position. Right there is on Artem Meshchenko. Maybe just opting to not get in that extra saucy zone in the proximity. But as a result of that, just a solid chase.
Joaquim Hogue leading Artem Meshchenko. Okay, ripping down the start into the initiation.
Whoa, Joaquim!
Oh, big initiation, but hangs on to it. I think he couldn't have sent it any harder without the judges actually taking off for it. Joaquim laying down a great run, leaving a little bit of space on the table through outer zone 3, but that's the only space where he really left something on the table there. And Artem putting his 8 battle up against Quayne Ebanks here. So we'll slide him left for Artem Meshchenko, slide him right for Joaquim Hogue. Keep him right in the middle for an OMT. See what our judges say here. Die for Joaquim Hogue. Brady and Nathan for Joaquim Hogue, going on to chase Quayne Ebanks in our top 8 battle.
That is a nail biter of a win for Joaquim Hogue. We talked about it a little bit, Joe. He was rewarded for that commitment. That's extra little style, a little bit extra style did get him the Quayne Ebanks, Joaquim Hogue, final battle of the 3D Rap Group number 4. Who's going to the finals? We are about to find out.
Let's see here. Super excited.
Joaquim in the chase, Quayne in the lead. Joaquim, we know, can pull off some things in the lead or in the chase, but Quayne Ebanks putting on a clinic so far, showing why he's your number 3 qualifier, trying to be your high to see it driver in the finals. Quayne kind of coming off that outer line a little bit early. Joaquim stayed out a little bit more, had to cut his line a little bit to make sure that the lead driver of Quayne Ebanks did not lead in the transition. I think just the car setup is not there for the rest of the tracks. They had to make some sacrifices. Run number 2 here in the 3D Rap round 4.
Let's go. Joaquim Hogue leading Quayne Ebanks. Big angle into the first inner clip. Quayne slowly catching up on that door, but Joaquim is unfazed, it seems. Quayne cutting in a little tight. Oh my gosh, Joaquim Hogue cutting it in perfect in this. Quayne made a mistake. Made a mistake. Both drivers have a big mistake now. So we'll get all of our judges' notes in all official, like, to make sure that it's cool and hip for the youth here. Right before we head into our final 4. So this is the final call here. So slide him left for Quayne Ebanks, slide him right for Joaquim Hogue. We got die for Joaquim, 2 for Joaquim, and 3 for Joaquim Hogue, our 22nd seed. So now our highest seed in our final 4 is number 15.
Burger King Footless.
Oh my god.
So, congratulations to Joaquim Hogue, your 3D Rap Group number 4 winner.
Giant cars in strikingly different ways, let's just say.
I think Alexander Element in the lead, Brandon Gardner in the chase. Element, no stranger to being in finals. Brandon Gardner has had a ton of seat time in this car over the ESDA offseason. A little bit shallow there from Alexander Element, but putting it on the door is Brandon Gardner, trying to maintain proximity with that Ferrari. But Alexander Element, it seems where he left off last season, he's picking up
99XX of Alexander Element, who so far I think has been a little bit more dominant this run. So Brandon Gardner throwing it in, Alexander Element matching him on angle, coming through the corner, really going in deep in both the lead and the chase. I think both drivers have nothing to complain about by leaving it out there. And coming through the last inner clip, it looks like Alexander might have been a little too tight, but besides that, I don't... Our judges make their calls here in just a moment. Here we go, slide him left for Brandon Gardner, slide him right for Alexander Element. We're gonna go 1 to Brandon Gardner, 2 for Brandon Gardner. 3 for Brandon Gardner.
And word from the judges, it came down to the tires off and angle. So the big tire off for Brandon, or for Element in the chase, was, and a little bit of lacking angle as well. We saw our set to go.
There we go.
On this reset. I think they're just waiting for the stream team to be ready, but we were born ready, ladies and gentlemen. Reese Tatterson in the lead in the Pro Drift S. Oh my God.
No!
Before I could even correct myself, Reese Tatterson getting really comfortable with that turn 1 wall. Joachim Hogue is going to do his due diligence and try to finish this run. But I think maybe we'll have to take a look at the replay. I think we'll have to see, but I think maybe Joachim Hogue just knew this battle was super important, knew he had to put it on the door, and I think just got a little too aggressive.
Maybe a moment here. Okay, and we are good to go. So, Reese Tatterson in that 370Z in the chase. We got Joachim Hogue in the league in that S15 right on his door. And yes, it seems like Reese is playing it a little bit safe here, or at least safe for Reese. Right on him through outer zone 3, outer zone 4, and through the inside clip. Maybe cutting it a little too tight. But I think after that first run, they don't have to black out of the smokestack.
I'm really glad you picked that reference up.
So
really
we're going to get through it here. Got the judges. They're walking out here. They got their robes on. Reese slide it to the right. Joachim slide it to the left. Leave it in the middle for an OMT. And we will see 1 to Reese. Ooh. 2 to Reese. And I think we know now. So, good calls, everybody. And we're moving on. We just wanted to make sure that the contact was as we wanted to make it happen.
Yeah,
well,
just doing the due diligence there, I think, Joe, and making sure that the contact was deemed out. Be getting 3rd place. 2 lights, no lights. Here we go. Alexander Element in the Ferrari leading. Joachim Hogue in the S15, in the Vosan S15, giving chase. Big angle from Element, but he's going to straighten out just a little bit. Joachim Hogue doing a great job not getting into the door of Alexander Element, but Element trying to recover, but Hogue's in the wall. Hogue is in the wall once again. Not the first time we've seen him get real comfortable with concrete this afternoon, but Joachim Hogue just a little bit too long, and some.
Joachim Hogue in the lead, Alexander Element in the chase here in a battle that may or may not be settled. We'll see what the judges say about it. Big initiation from Joachim Hogue, trying to flap Alexander Element into any form of a mistake here, going wall to wall, throwing it as hard as he can into outer zone 3 where he hit the wall last time, coming through, and then it just seems Alexander Element's putting a healthy amount of gap, just enough to say I'm here. It's not an active chase. I'm still competitive, but
where Brandon Gardner pull off the upset and get an ESDA win. We are about to find out, ladies and gentlemen, your final here, round number 1 in Long Beach for ESDA, presented by Traxion. Reese Tatterson already with a gap open. Brandon gonna have to straighten out just a little bit to catch up to that Pro Drift E36 370Z. Nice job in the chase from Brandon Gardner, but a little bit lackluster. Doing a great job of keeping all 4 wheels in the paint there from Brandon Gardner, but a
super excited. So Brandon Gardner is gonna be leading. Reese Tatterson in the chase after doing an amazing lead. So both drivers throwing it in. Brandon Gardner on a very solid and respectable run. Reese throwing it right on the door, keeping it out of trouble. Both drivers really trying to get that outer zone 3 perfect. Coming in, and it seems that Reese just painted his front wheel right on that inside clip line. Was it too far in? I don't know.
No, once the cameras are all there and everything, who came in 3rd place?
I would be so happy to do so, Keenan. And I think that we are ready to announce that. Am I correct or incorrect here?
We are absolutely ready to announce that now.
Oh, I am so lovely. So in our 3rd place battle between Alexander Element and Joachim Hogue, by unanimous decision, Alexander Element takes a 3rd place finish today in that Ferrari 599XX. Congratulations to Alexander Element in 3rd place.
Nothing to take away from Joachim Hogue. Joachim Hogue had a wonderful event. Ended up taking out 3 super high qualifiers. William Holloway, Artem Matroshenko, and Kawain Ebanks to get here, but unfortunately fell victim to the Elements. The Elements was my funny joke, Alexander Element. But we have a winner, and it is unanimous. your winner tonight, ladies and gentlemen, round number 1, ESDA presented by Traxion here from Long Beach. Your winner and points leader will be Reese Tatterson. Reese Tatterson going 1 for 1 on the Assetto Corsa ESDA circuit. He has won for the Pro Drift Academy esports team and will be taking the top step of the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, Reese Tatterson is your winner in ESDA round number 1 presented by Traxion.
Congrats, Reese, and congrats to Brandon Alexander, and congrats to everybody who made it into the top 32 today and competed, because I don't know about you, Keenan, but the battles today, they were next level on the level from everybody involved. It was amazing.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of battles today were decided by little things, tire drops, straightens, very, very close battles today. And ladies and gentlemen, it is only going to get closer when we are able to move on to different circuits in the field today. Again, this is a world tour. We're going to be going all over the world to a bunch of different facilities, but I'm really glad that we got to start the season off in, I would say, on one of the homes of North American drifting in Long Beach, California, on the West Coast. This is where it all started at Irwindale Speedway for the North American side of drifting. So it is cool that we went back to Long Beach. Very excited for our round number 2 venue. It's not for me to say. We might pull Harold in here and see if we can get him to spill the beans. But
I heard someone join.
I'm going to see if we can get a word with our winner, Reese Tatterson. He's ready. I just got to find him. Where is he? There he is. All right, so we are going to talk to your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Reese Tatterson. Reese, I feel like it's been so long since we've spoke.
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been more than a minute, but welcome back, and you did it in style, my friend. Top step of the podium. How are we feeling?
Oh, static, man. Yeah, good. Feeling good. Good to be back.
Unfortunately, your teammate Alan Hines not able to make it, so you did your best for your team.
Yeah.
Out of both cars in, maximum amount of points. How was it out there for Long Beach? Again, you were one of the most consistent drivers of the day. Was there anything that you were doing that you thought everyone was just doing differently to stay consistent? What was the key for your victory here today?
Yeah, just stay consistent with my leads. That was mainly it. Work on my entries. But everyone at the field level, everyone was about the same, to be honest. It was good fun. Enjoyed it a lot.
And I know you were in the S15 the last time you competed. You switched over to the 370Z. So if you want to walk me through just why you made that change and how it's obviously working out, but like how that changes for you behind the wheel.
That chassis, it's kind of tough, really. We made some changes to it to make it feel better, me and Alan, but it worked off, it paid off a bit, but we moved to the Z chassis now, after testing it over the off-season after last year. So, yeah, it's feeling really good, the Z, and I'm really comfortable with it and doing it a lot right now.
I mean,
Let's see how it goes.
It's been super cool to see your progression through Assetto Corsa and esports drifting as a whole, to see you get this Pro Drift Academy seat and to see what you've done with it, not just in ESDA, but all over the game. Congratulations. It's nice to see you again. I really hope we see you and Alan for round number 2 in July. And if there's anybody you want to thank, sponsors, teammates, whatever, now's your chance. Again, congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Thanks to the ESDA as well, all the staff members for hosting this, all the drivers, Alan and ProDrift. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man, congratulations, and we're glad to have you back.
Cheers, man.
So that was Reese Tatterson. And Joe, I believe we can get a word from Brandon Gardner if you're willing to put a microphone in his face.
Oh, I will definitely put a microphone in Brandon Gardner's face if someone drags him over here by the collar. So I hear that we have Brandon Gardner here, our second place finisher here at ESDA 2022 round 1. So Brandon, how are you feeling about today, coming down from such a low seed all the way to the finals?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, yesterday I was a little thrown off with the whole qualifying situation that happens, and pretty sure everyone knew what happened there. So I was just going into today looking to just push through, and I did. Sadly, I did lose to Reese, but he's a really good driver, and it motivates me to do better next round, you know?
Excellent, for sure. So, what was your plan of attack for this final battle? Just with an opponent like Reese, you got to go in 10 out of 10. How did you make sure that you were going to at least finish the runs without going too far, if you will?
Just go 110%, try to risk it for the biscuit. Chase run, Didn't get the biscuit because forgot he does a little different of an initiation than everyone else. I kind of forgot and bit me in the butt, but it's okay. And second place is still good.
Oh, of course, it definitely is. So, do you have anyone you want to thank? Right now, here's the time to do it. Sponsors, family members, friends, cats, you know.
Yeah, I would like to thank Team Culture being there, the friends over at XE and JSI for also being there throughout the event, and Pro Drift Academy, they were also there. I'd like to thank Energy Innovations and the Prisma Lab, of course, for sponsoring the team, and myself for supporting us through the event and throughout the off season and this season.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much again, and congrats again, Brandon Gardner, on your second place finish here at Long Beach.
Yep, thank you.
And goodbye, Brandon Gardner. We do not want to talk to you anymore. I'm just joking. A big Brandon guy. He sounds pretty jazzed up about it. So, you know, looking at the positives. A lot of time when you get to sit down with second place, they're more concerned with, oh darn, I should have won. But again, it's a long season. I'm sure we'll see him back up here again.
Yes, for sure. Starting out the season on second place is nothing to shake a stick at all.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude our coverage today here from round number 1 at Long Beach for the ESDA Esports Drift Association presented by Traxion. Before we head out, before we let you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday, just want to thank those who support us. Thank you to Next Level Racing for supplying. A lot of these sponsors have supplied big prizes. We'll get a list for you guys on that for the next round. But Next Level Racing, Moza Racing, Big Duck Club, 3D Rap, and Vosan, all stepping up. Again, VDC, thank you for being the official physics and tire supplier of Esports Drift, and anybody else who helped behind the scenes. Again, our production team, myself, Keenan Kuzin, Joe Piro, Strix9 Pulse to Tricks. Strix learned how to do this in about a week and a half, very 11th hour. So
big shout out.
I appreciate her and more. And the stream is only going to be improving exponentially throughout the course of the season. Thank you as well to Hex Valentine again for filling in when my power decided to leave the chat, and as well to our judges. Our judges as well, which are going to be Nathan Rudder, Sam Brady, and Harold McKinney. I'm going to see if we can. I'm going to steal Harold. I'm not going to tell him we're grabbing him. I'm going to put him on the spot here. Harold, I grabbed you out of the chat because it is the end of round number 1. Before we head off, thanked all of our sponsors already. Do you have anything to tell the people?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for watching round 1. Traxion, Moza, 3D Rap. You probably already mentioned them.
Just did, but never hurts to do it again.
Yeah, it don't hurt to do it again. Get squeeze in an extra advertisement. But yeah, Moza, 3D, Next Level, Big Duck, VDC for the letting us use their physics and tires. As for the track, when the stream is immediately over with, Long Beach will be made public for everybody, and you can also catch that on vosan.co. They're the official website where you can find all tracks regarding anything for street courses, comp tracks, everything, car packs, individual cars. They're the website to go to. So track will be made public immediately after the broadcast, and I could say a little teaser for next round. We will be going to Brazil.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of dropped it yesterday when Machado and gang showed up on him. Like, don't worry, I hear he's going to be able to compete on home soil next round, but you didn't hear that from me. So we have official word from Harold McKinney. Round number 2 will be taking place in Brazil. Where in Brazil? Gonna have to wait and find out. So thank you, Harold. We will see you in July for round number 2, and thanks for all your hard work behind the scenes as well.
Yeah, thank you. Also, you guys did a great job with the production, and as well as the audience and everybody keeping it professional and everything. So I'm really happy. Really appreciate everybody.
All right, goodbye, Harold.
Bye, Harold.
Joe, final thoughts before we wrap up here. We already thanked the sponsors. I think it's time for us to do a little bit of word vomit before we head off for the evening.
I think I am super excited for all the runs today, all of it. You get a little loopy after about 10 hours of drifting in 2 days, but man, we watched the cards go sideways, and sideways they went. It was lovely to see, and overall, all the driving was top notch. Even when there were mistakes, everyone took it like a champ and went as hard as they could. I would say I haven't seen any harder sim drifting than what I saw this weekend, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think it's a far stretch. I'm saying you guys watch some of the best drivers in the world today. They made these look easy. These cars are a handful and then some. So once again, it was lovely to have you here. Thanks to everybody who supported. Thanks as well to Traxion for giving us a home for 2022 and a home it will be. So thank you on behalf of the entire Esports Drift production team, on behalf of the entire Esports Drift staff and the drivers. My name is Keenan Kuzin. We're signing off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us, and we will see you July 8th and 9th for our quick trip to Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Esports Drift Association presented by Traxion.
Surface on the kingdom peaks, one that seeks their doom, seeks their doom into time's trap room.